So we're in Cuba, and we had just been doing this 6-province tour across the entire country, looking at all of our projects that we've been supporting. And at this point, I'm convinced I'm going to be single the rest of my life, because every church we went to, and across the entire country, had only women above 50 and under 15. And I'm thinking, my chances aren't feeling too good right now. And, I didn't go down there looking for a wife, but, fingers were crossed, because, hey, whatever. And we get to this church in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking Dust Bowl, Cuba. Nobody lives here, kind of thing. And we get to this little church, and this church is just packed with girls my age and just gorgeous. And actually, I wasn't ready for it. I thought to myself, I don't know how to deal with this. I wasn't prepared. What do I do? And then this girl gets up on stage to play guitar in a worship band, and it was like I heard the voice, the fire alarms, the ringing bells, this is the one kind of thing. And I've never been a believer in that, where when you know. Well, now I'm kind of a believer. Anyway, she gets up on stage, and I hear this sign. It's like, now you can stop looking. Now, whether it was God or me, I don't know, but I agreed. And I said, praise Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And I get up and I'm sharing the message, and I can't look in her direction because I keep losing my place. I was speaking that night, and so I kind of had my hand out there, kind of blocking my view, and then at the end of it, my translator pushes me over and he's like, dude, you gotta go shoot, you gotta go get her number. And I'm thinking like, So she's standing in this group of other just amazingly gorgeous women. And I didn't know if she spoke English or not, so I asked her in Spanish if she wanted a balloon animal. What kind of pickup line is that, right? I mean, wow. And so she says, yeah, sure, okay. And so I make her just the ugliest balloon animal I've ever made. And I'm just praying to God that this thing doesn't pop. And I give it to her, and she says, oh, thanks, right? And I said, oh, you speak English? She said, no, I don't. I say, oh, crap. And so I didn't know, if I would ever see her again. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and it's just like, whatever. But every girl I saw afterwards is like, yeah, she's pretty, but no, I've made my choice. And I've never kind of had that thought before. I didn't know if I'd ever see this person again. And now the dating culture in Cuba is very different. And so what I learned is that in Canada we have pre-friends, friends, dating, engaged, married, right? Well, in Cuba they have pre-friends, friends, dating, married. And the game kind of goes like this, where if you're interested in somebody, then you tell your pastor, who tells their pastor, who tells them. And if they're interested back, they'll tell their pastor, who tells your pastor, who tells you. And if everything works out, then the pastors set up the first meeting together. And so one day, a couple weeks after I'm in this place, I get called out to this little church again without my translator, without an itinerary. So I don't know what I'm doing out there. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm kind of fending myself, and I'm like, why the heck am I here? But then she's there. She comes over and she starts talking, and she speaks English, and I'm like, oh, great. And so then I kind of later found out this is what was happening. Maybe not necessarily on her part, but definitely something to do with the pastors. They were kind of making things happen. And so we've been keeping in touch for a few months now. We've known each other for about 6 or 7 months. And on this last trip, we're hanging out, and I'm saying, like, listen, in Canadian terms, we're dating, right? You're the girl that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing any other ones. I'm not gonna see any other ones. And she's like, yeah, it's the same for me. And I said, okay. And so I asked her. I said, so are you my novia? Now that's Spanish for girlfriend. So I'm the novio. She's the novia, right? And if you're dating somebody, you guys are called novios. And in Canadian terms, I'm saying we're dating. So are you my novia? She says no. I said, okay. Do you wanna be my novia? Make it official. And she says no. Ah, very cool. Yeah. She said, I don't know how you could be so casual about this. And I said, I don't know what the big deal is. I'm just asking you to be my girlfriend. And she said, okay, listen, I'll tell you what. I'll think about praying about it if you first talk to my parents and my pastors. And I'm thinking, oh my, wow, like I can't imagine what the process would be like if I asked you to marry me. Like this is kind of intense, you know? And so I said, okay. The way it works out is, you know, you're friends for a year, you pray about dating for a year, you date for a year, and then you get married. So it's like this 3-year, maybe 4-year long process. I'm like, all right, might as well get started. And so we went to her town, we talked with her dad, and her dad sits me down in this really low chair, and he's, you know, standing there with his hands up like this, and he's waving his finger. She's my translator, she's crazy nervous, and I'm just oblivious. Like, yeah, okay, well, I want your daughter to be my girlfriend, right? And talked with her pastors, and her pastors are saying, yeah, no, this is good. A couple weeks later, I'm still kind of mulling about this whole process thing, and I'm talking with her, and here I find out that I wasn't necessarily asking her to be my girlfriend. I was asking her to be my fiance. And so when she said, I don't understand how you can be so casual about this, I was like, now I understand. You guys are crazy. So anyways, we, I don't know what we are. We started talking about a wedding, but that's like a year from now. We're not friends, but we're not more than friends. We're not engaged, but we're getting married, so I have no idea what we are. She doesn't know what we are, and it's just this really interesting